Alright, and welcome on back, guys. We are back here with the Druid, episode 3. We picked up Lorath from the Hermit's Cabin. And we got a couple of things. If you remember, I had you go around the outside all the way around to this side. But don't also forget that you should also come up here. You got a good bit of enemies here. Always remember to take out your shamans first because they will resurrect. You should have seen that in the last video, but if you didn't, I'm telling you now. Most people already know it. It's annoying as hell when you come across it. Boom. Alright, so that's definitely working. I am liking that. Let's get some spirit built up. Boom. See, and just as I was about to kill him, he rezzed too, and because he died, they died. So.
The angel in Arius.
Yep, in Arius.
Kiyovershad lies just ahead.
Right, so if we do that, bingo. So let's go ahead and take our happy butts up here. Break that down. That down. Alternatively, guys, if you happen to have chosen a character or a skill that doesn't have a basic attack, just remember that you can also dash through to break things. The dash does work as well as a way to break through things. I am getting some good gold chances off of these loose stones. I love it. Maybe they finally changed something about it and started giving us more gold. Because that was the biggest complaint that I know a lot of people had, was the amount of gold we were receiving from everything. It was a struggle. Now it seems like we're getting it everywhere. So what I do before I go to Kiyovershad, just to make sure that I am on my own good path of being able to handle myself before I get going on any of the campaign story stuff, is I like to come over to this left hand side before Kiyovershad, and I go to the end over here, and usually, like 9 times out of 10, I've noticed that if you come over here and you come down here, as you can see in the mini-map, or you can't see it because my face is covering the mini-map. As you'll see in the mini-map, there's an orange circle. The orange circles are world events. So as you come down here, boom, world event joins. And then you just come in and lend your weapon to a couple of people in need. Sometimes it's 1, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 2. Sometimes it's nobody. And you're trying to stop something from happening. So what I like to do is I come down here and I try and take care of this event because it does give you some good stuff. It gives you some good rare drops and things of that nature. Couple of hits and then swapping back and forth between the hits and then, yeah. So in terms of like groups, it looks like it turns out really well, provided that you do have. I mean, I'll take that. I was just gonna try and, kill everything the right way, but I mean, I will totally take, a level up to kill everything around me. We did get another point, so now we get to look at this. So we're in episode 3, and we're looking at our defensive stuff now. So you got Cyclone Armor, Earthen Bulwark, Blood Howl, and Debilitating Roar. So, Debilitating Roar, shapeshift into a werebear and bellow a mighty roar, reducing nearby enemies' damage dealt by 70%. So what that means is that you'll receive less damage. If you're going for a tank build, I would highly recommend that Debilitating Roar, because it's going to keep that incoming damage to you at a literal minimum. Blood Howl, you shapeshift into a werewolf and howl furiously, healing you for 20% of your maximum life, which for me right now is 16. That will go up based on your life. Cyclone Armor. So it has a passive, and I don't know if that passive lasts all the time, and when I use the skill itself, it would give me the active, but powerful winds surround you, granting 10% non-physical damage reduction. So it means anything other than a normal hit, like the werewolf claw being physical damage. That werewolf claw I would actually take full damage. So if it's supposed to hit me for 10, it's going to hit me for 10. But if it's something like lightning, if it's supposed to hit me for 10, it'll actually hit me for 9. So it's really nice that that passive is there. Now the active is the winds rapidly expand, knocking back enemies and dealing 25 to 30 damage. So not only is it a good defensive skill, it also has a offensive, damage output. And then you have Earthen Bulwark, which rocks surround you for 3 seconds, granting a barrier that absorbs 45% of your base life and damage. Now, I use the barriers a lot in my Necromancer, and it's kept me alive a number of times, mind you, a number of times. But the beautiful thing about it is that that barrier can definitely keep you alive for just a tiny bit longer, and sometimes long enough. Excuse me. So, let me hit Cyclone Armor, because that literally is going to be the best thing that I can see happening. You've got a passive which provides defense, and then your active is dealing damage in addition to it. So if you get surrounded, you're good. You just activate it and ta-da. Let's try that. Oh, it is nice. And it does have a decent cooldown too. So that may be the only drawback, is the long cooldown. But in the meantime of using it, you don't use any spirit to cast it. So that's pretty awesome. It's a totally free skill to cast. Don't forget about picking up your iron chunks and stuff like that. I ain't worried about no damn 11 gold. I mean, this is just for you guys. I'm not doing anything special. I'm doing this for you guys so we can walk through these characters together. See, that's a good tactic too. Let them all swarm you, then throw them back and lightning strike. That is it. That's a nice. I'll probably end up using that a whole lot more now too. As I keep yawning, I am so tired. Oh, I thought it was more enemies. Alright, so then we can come up here and hit Kyovashad.
We have no time for this.
Take a piece of holy cedar wood from the shrine and inscribe it with the sin which troubles
So because we're a druid,
then cast it into the brazier. As the fire
when I did the
burns
Necromancer, I did
so
inscribe
too will the
nothing.
light burn away your sin.
So because we're a druid, one thing that druids have a lot of is anger, because of the ones that, the people that come in and try and take down whole forests and stuff to put up a town, or just in general, they get mad a lot. So let's put anger into the wood. This doesn't affect anything in your story.
Good. You must.
Yeah. Like a weight's been lifted from my chest. Not really, but moving on. So.
So, what did you write on them? I'm off to the dry. Something about hate or tattoos, sway back, cloudy eyes. This poor thing is practically crawl.
Alright, come up here, we hit up this merchant.
Ah.
20 gold, it ain't nothing important.
The old man sold
We'll
me
grab that
this
amulet as well.
He said he didn't need it anymore, but
Apologies.
Bingo. 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 Alright, so that concludes us to the end of that. If I use that staff, does it get rid of my totem as well? Alright, first things first, let's go up here and just do what I normally do. Well, let's, I guess that's the first, unlock our waypoint, just so that we have it available on the map.
arms for the light.
Alright, so we do that. Let's go check out this staff really quick. Alright, so we get plus 10 to all stats, plus 24 to willpower, plus 10% basic skill damage, which, ooh, that's going to come in handy really well for a druid, especially if you decide to run the build that I'm going with. Ooh. And then damage to crowd-controlled enemies. So we'll have to figure out a way to get some crowd control, especially if we run a staff, because the staff itself will always have the crowd control, damage to crowd control on it. So we'll lose crit damage, but we don't really need crit damage. We're not really going to do too much with distant enemies because druid. The cooldown reduction is nice, but that tells me that it does replace the totem, because the totem's what has the cooldown on it. But in total, we'll go up 6 damage. We'll lose 0.10 attack per second. We lose cooldown reduction, but 1.5% is not a whole lot, and it's not going to do anything right now. It will when we get to like the ultimates. That's when that cooldown reduction would definitely be warranted. But I'd say, yeah, let's go with it. And alright, so we got Act 1, Ill Tidings, and that's where we need to start with. Before we do anything else with Act 2 or Act 3, we need to make sure that we get that underway. I do have access to the horse. That's why you guys see that icon down there in the bottom, right next to my health orb. The red orb is my health orb. Speaking of which. But I'm not going to be using my horse, for the simple fact that you guys won't get it till the end of Act 3.
Found a new boil on my hand that mixed 17 so far.
He sounds so depressed. So, well, it does suck that you don't get your horse till the end of Act 3. I won't be using it, so that way you'll be, as you're watching this video, you'll end up being on the same, like, wavelength that I am. You know, I won't have the horse, you won't have the horse, and it seems more of like an all-around better
of
experience for
darkness.
you guys.
But the Father's light can be sought through penitence and faith. Walk in the light. Here, take the knight's report before you go.
Reverend Mother, I received a...
Alright, so, just so that you guys are aware, when I do hit level 10, I am going to use the rest of those points, because if I'm right, yeah, three more levels will not get me to this area, which is the companions, and I really, really want to showcase that as soon as I can. And granted, I could do it right now. Level 10 is where, by that point, you know, you have to put enough points into everything in order for it to work properly. So I've already got those two down and that one. I've got that one and its two expansion joints. We have to learn the enhanced cyclone armor, and then ooh, vulnerable. Vulnerable would be nice, but that right there, every 10 seconds it intensifies, causing incoming damage to grant you 30% damage reduction for 2 seconds. See, well, that would be nice. It's basically saying that incoming damage will activate the damage reduction, which would require you to get hit. I don't want to get hit. I want to be able to have that ability do what it's supposed to do. And if you go with the combo that I think that I'm going to end up going with, innate cyclone armor is going to be better, because enemies that are knocked back by the armor become vulnerable. Well, vulnerable means that they take 20% increased damage. So breaking it down like that means that whatever you're fighting is going to take 20% increased damage. So what I do when I am doing a campaign quest, and it's just so that you guys can figure it out too, and it may take a nice, you know, chunk of time to do this, especially without the horse, is if you hit square on PlayStation, X on Xbox, or right click on PC, you will be able to activate a pin. When you do that pin on your mini map, let me show you what I mean. On your mini map, whoop, you'll see right here, there we go, right here, that red line. And that red line will actually give you a path to walk on to achieve where your pin is. So the beautiful part about that really is just that. I mean, it is one of the most powerful tools that you will have when trying to travel throughout, well, pretty much the entire game. Let's see. Maybe I move you guys, or move me down here. So then you're able to see my map. Because if you're able to see the map and everything else, I don't think anything pops up down here. So I think this would be a good spot for us. So on my way there, I usually stop at Garboza. So what you do is you accept that quest, you come in here, and you push up on the D-pad for, I'm pretty sure it's going to be PlayStation and Xbox both. And you do cheer.
Impressive.
Now, I don't know what that button is on PC, but we can figure that out really quick. No, not abilities, not skills. Action wheel. So it looks like it says E. Yep, so E. E on PC and up on the D-pad for PlayStation and Xbox. And all you gotta do is cheer, which is the next page over.
Thanks.
And then you come
I
back
hope
over
that-
here and you finish that, and then ta-da! You get a little bit of XP, get a little bit of gold, and you also get this beautiful thing right here, which gives you a bunch of material, which is nice, because that material is valuable, especially late game when you're trying to enhance things. It's definitely going to come in handy. So first things first, we're going to re-go over everything that I'm using here. I'm going to keep that 29, 19, 30. Okay, so I'm going to do this. We're going to hit magic. And then we're going to go brick by brick.
You can take what's left.
Yeah. So we do that because that is a mace, right? Yes, that's the mace that I had before. Perfect. So the blacksmith is good to salvage your equipment. Make sure you don't salvage anything that you may want. You can repair your equipment, which you only have to repair it when you die and revive yourself. When somebody else revives you, you don't have to worry about it. And then when it comes time for upgrades, you won't be able to do this right away. I can, but because I don't think you'll have the resources to do it right away, I'm not going to. I'm going to take those training wheels, I'm going to take those off when I hit level 10, where I will go through all my abilities, all my available points. I'm going to dish them out. I'll be doing all my upgrading, stuff like that, and that'll be when the training wheels come off for you guys to actually have an idea, per se, of how I'm going to do it. Yeah, you guys aren't going to have ovals either yet, because at that point you would have only done, if you did the event that I did, you'd only have the one event under your skin. So there's that. So now we're on our way to Yelesna, and as you can see on the map, we have the red line, which is our path that it wants us to take in order for us to... Ooh. In order for us to get to Yelesna. Now, the difficult part is, and it's always going to be until you get a horse, that anything that attacks you, you can run past, but it's going to be a whole lot nicer for you if you just take it in stride and try to kill everything you come across. It's the best way to level up the quickest. Nope, not happening. There's two of you, and I know what you guys do. I charred that guy. I am so sorry. Yep, just charring things. Charring things alive. Alright, so that gets all that taken care of. And we come through here. Oh. We do this world event just because. Bingo. then I come over here. Bingo. Ta-da! So now we've got that one under our belt too. Go ahead and get our spirit back up because why not? Give ourselves another potion under our belt as well. Bingo. So it looks like I may have to end the video once we get to Yelesna. But at least we have a good start to everything. And I can't wait to advance this druid even more. This is gonna be fun. Dang! Taking out the tree like it's no problem.
I provide a steady.
So what I like to do when I get to towns is I accept all of the side quests, because you never know when you're gonna come across an area that needs to be done. So it makes more sense to just pick them up as you go along. I've always believed in that. It just seems like the smartest thing to do. So now that we're here, we're at Yelesna. You hit the waypoint, get your side quests, and then we gotta go up here and talk to Captain Anchors, which then wants you to go all the way up here. So again, square, X, or E, depending on your platform. Square for PlayStation, X for Xbox, and E for PC. You hit your respective button for your platform, and you create a pin. And then it tells you basically where to walk in order to get to that point. I cannot stress this pin enough, because it's been a lifesaver to me. I love when they bunch up. Oh yeah. This is amazing. Just to see a whole group of enemies just get slaughtered. In quick succession too, mind you. 2, 3, 4. 4 hits, 5. I might as well just hit them all once. You know? Two gold hearts, got some gold. Let's try and finish this gold heart quest before we hit that mining camp. Get you guys, get you guys. Bingo, done. Right, so then we hit our potion, grab that potion, and then we'll get over here to this mining camp, and then we'll end the episode. Got there a little bit faster than I had originally thought we would. Did I get another point? I did get another point. Right, so that means we can learn that one now. Ta-da.
More strangers in the camp.
Gotta live true to my own word. Harvest everything as you see it. Everything. It will be useful later. I promise.
I cannot do that here.
Yes, you can. Right, and now we're in here. And I think that is all the time we're going to have for right now. So, y'all stay beautiful, stay awesome. I love your faces. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. It helps me out a great deal. It helps the channel out. It lets me know that you guys want to see more of this content. So, we will see you guys next time. Goodbye!